A lot of people.
I know, it's something else.
Yeah, it is.
It's already in.
Stay on
But
there.
then, yeah,
It's in.
I do
Start doing articles.
So instead,
Yeah.
don't get it.
Thank you though, John.
Yep, thank you. Everybody has
Okay, it is 1:00 and we're ready.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to call the December 16th Board of Commissioner meeting to order. Today, we're going to have the prayer by Commissioner Heberlein, followed by the pledge by Commissioner Lee.
Before we have our prayer this morning, on behalf of the commissioners and Nathan, we'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And Christmas is supposed to be a great time. It's the birth of Christ, right? And we do celebrate that, and it is a joy. But we had a lot of things in our country, in Australia happen, and that really saddens being part of a Christmas. But we still have a God that's still in control. And he still loves us, and we still need to be thankful for all the things in our life, and especially for the birth of Christ. But as I pray today, and if you want to pray on your own, we need to pray for those poor people in Australia and at Brown University and some other thing that's taken place. As I've said before, if somebody would have told me 50 years ago that our country would be like this today, I'd said you're out of your mind, you know. But we're in that place. But God is still in control, and he still answers prayer. And we can still be thankful that we celebrate Christmas and the birth of Christ. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you, Lord, for the sunshine that we received today. And Lord, we just thank you for each one that's represented here today, to our constituents, our leaders of our county. And today, as we go through our finance and through our Board of Commissioner meetings, Lord, and the things that we have to address, we pray, Lord, for your guidance and your direction. And Lord, again, we thank you for the birth of Christ and what it means and what it stands for. And Lord, we just give you all the honor and the glory and the praise that you deserve. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pray
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Preacher, you gonna pray?
I did both.
Good job,
He's bugging me already.
You can hear the mic in here.
Leslie, roll call, please.
District 1 Chairman John Block,
Present.
District 2 Commissioner Roger Ballard,
Present.
District 3 Commissioner Gary Heberlein,
Doesn't-
District 4 Commissioner Bill Sarkella,
Here.
District 5 Commissioner Christine Lee, present. District 6 Commissioner Evans Ehart,
Here.
District 7 Commissioner John Moody.
Here.
Thank you, Leslie.
Here.
If there are no corrections or deletions to our last agenda of 2025, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Ballard, supported by Commissioner Lee, to adopt the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of adopting the agenda as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to our meeting minutes from December 2nd. If there are no corrections, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. Oh, sorry. Make a motion to approve our December 2nd meeting. And support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Heberlein, supported by Commissioner Sarkella, to adopt our meeting minutes from December 2nd. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. You have received the correspondence majority through email the other day, so we're going to move into Commissioner reports, and we will start with Commissioner Moody.
No report.
Okay. Evans?
Also.
Okay. I had a phone conversation with an Austin Township board member the other day. They are at their board meeting on Tuesday. We're going to be appointing a new supervisor, and it sounded like they were potentially going to have a new clerk up that way. That's all I have. Christine?
I didn't make it to Maple Valley Township because that's night of the crazy weather for the evidence, so I have nothing to
We
report.
had no shortage of crazy, but it's been more like February than it has
Yeah.
September, hasn't it? Bill?
I'll fill in for everybody. I've got a few. Port Sanilac discussed their water rates. Fire Authority also made their presentation, and they still rent out bark shanties, so they're working on some things with that. Washington Township discussed their gravel patching, the cemetery correction on that gravestone. They ended up flipping it around, so everybody was happy. And also discussed some zoning and new camera and some cost share with some of the patching that was discussed. Bridgehampton had some cameras that are going to get installed, discussion on their ballot box. Apparently their ballot box was sent to them and there's no key. It does not open. So they've had some issues with that. They might even be contacting you about
They did.
maybe how to proceed forward with that. Some roads updating, property values, and also how they're processing tax payments. And then Sand Lake Township, the apartment that I've discussed on M25, we've talked with the health department. They might be condemning that property because they ended up having to act on shutting the water off. Sad seeing the this time of year, but the property owner hasn't been paying the bills. They also went through their CFA report, discussed their water rates, and short-term rentals are looking for a individual to manage those for them. And then the clerk, Suzanne Shagney, I believe, is going to retire at the end of February. So they'll be looking for a clerk position there as well. That's all I have.
Very good. Thank you for the report, Bill. Gary?
Thank you, John. I attended the Watertown Township meeting, gave my monthly report to the board. And as most of you know, they had 2 or 3 people resign, and the last vacancy they had to fill was trustee, and there was 2 people that put their name in for that. Jim Hacker is now the trustee. They have a full board. Other business in the meeting, they talked about the Watertown solar progress, the Eagle grant. They talked about their website, and in old business, I've covered that, the Watertown solar progress. So that's it, my report.
Thank you, Gary. Roger?
Last night I was in Lamont Township. They approved the payment of the bills. The fire department found out that they received a $5,000 grant. It was $10,000 grant with a 50% match. So they're receiving $5,000 from the DNR for equipment. And their planning commission has been actively working on zoning upgrade, ordinance updates. I'm sorry. A lot of them are not current, some are non-existent. So they're trying to get all that straightened out and make things easier for them. On the 8th, I was up in Argyle Township. They continue to work on their wind, solar, and energy storage ordinances. And they approved a land split and payment of the bills. Marlette Township canceled due to weather. And big news in Marlette, Ziggy's Sliders opened yesterday. People have been anticipating that.
Did you bring us some?
No, they, at the end of their day, they ran out of food. So today they're restocking and opening back up tomorrow. So
You shouldn't order so many.
Yeah.
I haven't had one yet. I'll give them a little while and let the newness wear off. I was informed yesterday by our treasurer that former county treasurer Carol Dale passed away on Sunday, I believe, right? Yeah. So prayers to Kurt. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Roger. Appreciate everyone's commissioner reports. Nathan, your administrator report, please.
Yeah, I'll defer if that's okay until the end of the meeting. I have a little wrap up that I would like to.
Sounds good. I kind of notated. We'll do that right at the end.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Nathan. Move on from that. I'm going to call for public comments pertaining to the agenda. Are there any public comments pertaining to today's agenda? Seeing none, we are going to move on. We are now going to move into interviews for some boards. We're going to make some appointments to do. First up is the Drug Task Force Board, and we have Cole Wood, but I believe Cole is visiting with us remotely. He might even be in DC.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
in DC this week. Okay, he's live.
Cole, can you hear us?
Hi, how's it going, guys?
Good. How
How's
are
the
you?
Christmas spirit?
Yeah. Looks like maybe the sun's shining where you are.
Yeah, it's brisk 20 here.
We're better than that, right?
It's a little bit warmer.
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, Cole, you're here to interview for the DTF board that you have been on. Just tell us a little bit about how that's been going, and then maybe we'll have a few questions.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for allowing me to serve on it. I really appreciate the opportunity. I think it's been going pretty well. Obviously, we've had quite a few changes in the leadership and kind of the structure. But I think that it's working a lot smoother now, having everything under the sheriff's department. And I think that we're on the right track. I mean, obviously, we have a couple more changes coming with the change in the police dog as well. But I'd just like the honor to continue to serve and help them out as much as I can.
Okay, very good. Does anybody have any specific questions for Cole?
Just a comment. Cole, this is Roger. I've known the Wood family for many years. Cole's a great addition to the board and provides some good insight.
Well, you yourself have been on DTF for quite a few years.
I lost count, 20, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, so Cole represents the citizens well. He's one of the citizen representatives, so
Very good.
does a good job.
He's a good Walmart shopper too. Right, Cole?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Thanks, Cole.
Yeah, well, very good. Well, if there's no other questions from other commissioners, Cole, thank you for being with us online today. We appreciate your service to the community.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, you take care.
You too.
Okay, that will conclude our first interview. The next one is for Health and Human Services, but Susan is unavailable today and let us know ahead of time. So we're going to move on to the Land Bank Authority Board, and don't believe Tim Hayden is here. Tim's not here today, but we do have Kim Thompson. Kim, you come up. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm good. I think everybody knows me. Lifelong Sanilac County resident. And perfectly happy to be serving on the Land Bank Board.
Very good. That's something that you intend to continue to do?
And that is what I continue to do. Yes, I'd be fine with staying on it. And
Very good.
yes. All right,
Any questions for Kim? Okay, saying none, we appreciate you being here today.
great, thank you.
So that will conclude the Land Bank Authority Board. Next up is Sand Lake Transportation Board, and we have Brett Lester here today. Brett, welcome.
Thank you.
Get another familiar face.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most everybody knows me. Recent retiree, I can say, so 27 years in law enforcement. I was reached out about an open position in the Sand Lake Transportation by a current board member and asked if I would be interested, and with some careful thought and prayer, I thought I think I would be. I think I bring a great deal of experience involving government operations, budgeting, nonprofit, and and government boards, grant writing. I currently my current position is the director of the Michigan House of Hope, Men's Shelter, and the San Juan Food Pantry. And so I think I just bring a unique set of knowledge of the needs of vulnerable individuals, of which the Sand Lake Transportation serves. So if the board would allow it, it would be my honor to serve the Sand Lake Transportation and the vulnerable citizens of Sand Lake County.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you being here today. Is there any questions for Brett?
No, Brett's got, I sit on that board and he's got some big shoes to fill. Robert Wood passed away and we're appreciative that you're willing to step in and take his spot.
I don't think you mentioned, Brett also serves on a community mental health board.
Okay.
So I think you'd be a great liaison between mental health and transportation
Well,
board.
you guys have some contracts between each other.
There's a lot of the services, so.
Okay.
I've served there 5 years.
Yep.
On the board itself, and then in the Recipients' Rights Committee, which is a separate committee. I've served on that for almost 20 years.
Yep. So
Very good.
great addition.
Good. Any other questions?
Thanks.
None. Brett, we appreciate you being here today.
Thank you. Okay, see you later. At another meeting.
Another reason.
That's going to conclude interviews today. So we're going to move right into appointments, and we're going to start out with a appointment to the Drug Task Force Board for a 2-year term expiring 12/31 of 2027. I'll entertain a motion to appoint Cole Wood to that board.
I'll make that motion. I'll support it.
Okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Ehart, support from Commissioner Heath, to appoint Cole Wood for that term. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Cole is appointed. Moving on to our Department of Health and Human Services Board, we have to appoint one person to a 3-year term expiring 10/31 of 2028. I would entertain a motion that we appoint Susan Baranski to that position.
I'll make that motion.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Lee, supported by Commissioner Moody, to make that appointment. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Up next is the Land Bank Authority Board. We have 2 appointments to make to that board for 3-year terms expiring 12/31 of 2028. I'll entertain a motion to appoint Tim Hayden and Kim Thompson to that board.
Make that motion.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Lee, supported by Commissioner Ehart, to appoint Tim Hayden and Kim Thompson to the Land Bank Authority Board for a 3-year term. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Lastly, today, we have the Sand Lake Transportation Board for an appointment. We have one person to appoint for a 4-year term expiring 12/1 of 2029. I'll entertain a motion to appoint Brett Lester to that board.
So moved.
Support. I have a motion by Commissioner Moody, supported by Commissioner Sarkella, to make that appointment. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Brett, you are appointed. And thank you to everybody who had interest in being on the boards and takes time to be invested in those. As Roger said, or as you know, when you get on one, you get asked to get on more and so it's keeps everybody busy. But
We do meet tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, just to remind you of
I
that.
had it tentatively, I'm like.
You gotta make it permanent.
Very good.
All right, I see no need for 13B or county chair appointments, so we're going to move directly into general resolutions today. And we have Commissioner Moody is going to read the resolution for a name correction removal of a disbanded police department from the County Emergency Telephone Service District Financial Plan.
Whereas the Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners recognize the importance of maintaining accurate and consistent naming within the County Emergency Phone Service District Final Plan to ensure the effective and efficient delivery of emergency services, whereas it has been determined that the current name Sand Lake County Emergency Center is in need of modification due to official name clarification. And whereas the governing body has confirmed the official name to Sand Lake County Central Dispatch and finds that the change will improve clarity within the county emergency telephone service directory district final plan and reduce potential delays or confusion during emergency response. And whereas the Port Sand Lake Police Department has originally listed in the county emergency telephone service district final plan, but has since been disbanded and removed from service. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the corrections of the name to Sand Lake County Central Dispatch and acknowledges the removal of the disbanded Port Sand Lake Police Department from the County Emergency Phone Service District Final Plan. And be it further resolved that the resolution be spread upon the proceedings of the Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners the 16th day of December 2025.
I have a resolution offered by Commissioner Moody, supported by Commissioner Sarkella. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Leslie, roll call, please.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Sarkella.
Yes.
Commissioner Block,
Yes.
Commissioner Ballard,
Yes.
Commissioner Ehart.
Yes.
Commissioner Lee
Yes.
and Commissioner Heberly.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Okay, up next, we have a resolution honoring Nancy Rich for years of service. Nancy, welcome. Congratulations on your retirement. And if you would come up, Roger will read the resolution. You're not done yet, though, Nancy. I see you got something on finance for today yet.
Yeah. Scott.
Oh, okay. Does he know that?
Nancy and I go way back. She started about time about 3 weeks after I did, I think. I started on the 7th of August in 05. And you were contractual then, and that fits every time I moved to Dusty and unplug it.
Still do.
But I kept doing it, didn't I? Oh, come on, she used to come and she wanted me to run a cable from the other side of the building here over to the other side there, and don't worry about the 2-foot walls in between. Anyways, whereas Nancy Rich is retiring from Sand Lake County after more than 20 years of dedicated service, and whereas Nancy began her career with Sand Lake County on August 31st, 2005, as a part-time information systems director, transitioning to the full-time director role on April 18th, 2016. And whereas throughout her tenure, Nancy has demonstrated unwavering dedication, that's an understatement, strategic vision, and exceptional technical expertise in shaping the county's technology landscape. And whereas Nancy has worked closely with departments to identify and address critical technology needs, providing effective solutions that not only align with the county's overall goals, but also significantly improve operational efficiency. And whereas Nancy's years of dedicated service and profound contributions have enhanced the technological capabilities and stability of the county of Sand Lake, now therefore be it resolved that the Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners does hereby extend to Nancy Rich its heartfelt appreciation for her exemplary dedication and outstanding service during her tenure. And be it further resolved that the board offers its warmest wishes for health, happiness, and fulfillment in her retirement. And be it further resolved that this resolution be formally presented to Nancy Rich and spread upon the proceedings of the St. Lyon County Board of Commissioners this 16th day of December 2025. Nancy will be riding off into the sunset on her horse. Congratulations. Let's go. Eric's not here today.
I'm here today.
Great honor for the paper, Roger.
Why don't you open it up?
Yeah.
Am I sticking to you? You guys were like glue.
Perfect. All right, thank you.
I dressed up just for you, like.
Well done.
Yes. I appreciate everyone.
We appreciate you. You don't realize how much.
It's been a pleasure.
It's still good to see every once a month, though,
Yep.
every other month.
It's grandbaby time now.
Yeah,
It is. Yep.
Congratulations.
enjoy that time, Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have a resolution offered by Commissioner Ballard, supported by Commissioner Lee. There's no discussion. I'll entertain a roll call vote.
Commissioner Ballard,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
Commissioner Heberling,
Yes,
Commissioner Sarcella,
Yes.
Commissioner Block,
Yes,
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
and Commissioner Ehart.
Yes.
resolution is adopted. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're going to move into committee reports, and today we'll start with Commissioner Ballard.
Let's see where we at. Last Friday, I attended the Michigan Works meeting. Happy to say that they suffered no ill effects from the government shutdown. There were no layoffs or cuts to any programs. So that doesn't mean there won't be effects down the road, but they expect them to be very minimal. And CMH, I had a program committee on the 9th. They are serving over 400 youth countywide. Yesterday, I had a PPE committee meeting. We basically just approved reports. And there was a board meeting later today. And that is it.
Thank you, Roger. Gary?
yeah, thank you, John. Last week, our MMPC meeting was canceled due to weather. And so we ended up meeting online, both Nathan and I, with I don't know, a bunch, not the whole team. And we went through, let me just back up. So before that meeting, Joanne and I, Mike and Dave Faber, they're all part of that committee. We met over at Sandusky City Hall, and we went through and set our goals for our county. And we went through some of the goals that we had to add to the Quad County goal that we have to send into the state. And so we did meet last Wednesday online, and we went through and basically, I don't want to say we completed. We got probably 99% of the goals put in place for the hand into the state. So we made some good progress on that. A couple weeks ago, we had our Parks Board meeting, and that didn't happen at that meeting. It just happened like a few days ago. Our Evergreen Park manager, mother is extremely ill, and he decided that he had to take care of his mom, and so he resigned. We're moving forward with going to fill that position at Evergreen Park as a manager. So one thing Nathan and I talked about this morning, and we've talked about it, brought it to BOC a couple times, more than that probably. We would like to have MMPC come and do a county-wide learning of what this is all about. And Nathan and I talked about Nathan got a hold of Mike from Tuscola County, and he sets up the meetings and things like that. And we opened up the meetings or the dates of January 28th and 29th. And we were supposed to discuss that in our last meeting, which we didn't because we didn't have a quorum. So Nathan, I'll let you talk about that, but we may possibly even have to back that up now till maybe the 1st of February, because he has to send out letters and everything to every township in our county, so.
Because the goal of that meeting would be to get as many
It's
towns,
an informational meeting, yeah.
to get the
because-
townships to come and become educated on what the plan is.
Yeah, and as Nancy he's gonna send to me, as Nancy knows, when I sent everything to the townships, I think Nancy felt like you're getting filled for 8-inch water main, and there's a lot to digest. The one thing that we have come to the conclusion of is, Eagle started out, they were gonna take care of this financially, and then they said they backed up and they said, yeah, we are still gonna do that, but you have to turn in your bills. And then I think the biggest question I've got from townships is, are we gonna have to pay for roll-offs? Are we gonna have to do that? The answer right now is no, but we're still, getting acclimated with everything as it moves forward. So, and what this is about, for you that haven't been in our meetings or haven't heard about this, our landfills are increasing at a record level. And the state has mandated, I guess, Eagle State has mandated that by 2030, that we start recycling. And so Sand Lake County is in good shape. And there are other counties that are going to have to do some things. So I'll keep you informed moving forward.
Sounds good. Is that everything, Gary?
I'm done. I think that was long enough, right?
Okay. Appreciate the report. Bill?
Just to piggyback on that a little bit, part of the requirements obviously is the townships are going to have to subsequently pass a resolution, I believe each of them individually, to satisfy the state and the requirements. So that's why our county has taken the lead on this to help them out, because if it did come to a position where they needed to do things financially, they don't have the funding for that. I mean, they have enough keeping themselves, keep the roads up and everything else, the services that they're trying to provide with what they have. So our county has been really, really good about taking the lead on this and making sure that they'll be informed and we do the right things to meet the requirements coming out of the state. And speaking of that landfill, I sit on that board, our hazardous household waste, we got final numbers on that. We brought in over 300 cars and collected 120,000 pounds of recyclable stuff that day. And then also we went over the bylaws and we're going to be, I believe those are coming up on the agenda to approve those. Last Friday, I was able to participate. The Great Start Collaborative does a children's champion program every year where they recognize 3 dozen to say 4 dozen different individuals that do things with children in the county. It's a really good event at the Career Center. They provide a catered breakfast and just good recognition for folks from, preschool teachers to secretaries at the school. Other things in regards to working with kids, coaches and everything else. And it's just a really, really good way to say thank you to all those folks that work behind the scenes of the kids. And a lot of them, they don't want to come up there for recognition. They don't do it for that, but it's good you have to get them to be able to be involved and receive that well-deserved recognition. And then lastly, deer harvest numbers as of yesterday in Sand Lake County are 7,416. Wow. So we're still about 800 behind Sand Lake or Saginaw County. I think a lot of that has to do with the game area over there opened up their permit application a little bit more liberal this year. And I know that with the weather, everybody had a lot of their cornfields already harvested. So the deer over there didn't have as much of a place to hide. But amazingly enough, I still notice that in all the driving that we do around the county, there's been still some roadkill floating around. You think with all the deer that are getting harvested, there'd be a lot less. I don't know if they're running away from the hunters, but I've come close a couple times. And so we're trying to do our part and make sure that the deer numbers get down around here. That's all I have.
Thank you, Bill. Christine?
The Council on Aging meeting, they had it at one time, their normal time, then they moved it up because they were gonna have a Christmas party. Then they moved it back. And in the meantime, I scheduled something else in the afternoon because they moved it up. So, but I talked to somebody and they said it was a very short meeting and that they will not meet in January and February because that's what they usually do. And then I had the Child Abuse Committee meeting this morning. And the baby pantry had their Christmas party and there's some pictures here. And it was interesting that there was 47 families that partake in it. And the Grinch was more popular than Santa. The kids cried at Santa. They loved the Grinch. And then they.
What are you wearing?
The Grinch.
Okay, just checking. You weren't the Grinch there.
No,
were you?
I was not the
Okay, all right,
Grinch.
just checking.
There's pictures of the Grinch in here if you want to see, but yes. And then the Youth Empowerment Camp, they set the date for Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. And then the baby pantry set their dates for 2026. And then I went to the MTA Christmas party and they had different speakers, but the one thing that I thought was quite interesting, they were talking about the Christmas tree on the Capitol. And what they have done is they poured a concrete slab, and in the middle of this concrete slab, they put a manhole cover. So when it's time to put the Christmas tree in, they lift the manhole cover and there's a 6-foot hole and they drop the tree in there. And that's how they keep it upright. And then the health department did not have a meeting this morning because they didn't have a quorum. And that's all I have to report.
Okay, thank you for the report, Christine. Gary and I have a planning commission meeting tonight at 3:00 here in BOC chambers. If anybody's interested in county zoning issues. That's all that I have. Evans?
I was at our last meeting, but before our last meeting, I had med control, everything status quo there, and I have HDC tomorrow.
Are the dummies that you guys got at Med Control in use?
Oh, yeah, they're all the classes. I mean,
I haven't seen it here.
I do want to get them here so I can show everybody. We only be able to bring a small one here because the life size, the adult ones are, over 100 and some pounds, are not easy to move around from wheelchair. I don't know if they've been that way. But yeah, I do want to get here for a presentation for you guys because again, they are.
It'd be neat to just see the small one. And
Oh yeah,
from what you've described.
even with the computer system that hooks to it, the monitor that tells you what to do, like, oh, this is what's wrong with the person, do this. That is, again, fantastic. I'm amazed that not even colleges have this at their hands. So we're ahead of it here.
Commissioners, I believe Leah was looking at a date in February to come and bring the baby before.
Sounds great. Good deal.
Can we just all go over there?
Is that all, Evans?
Yep, that's
Okay, thank you for the report. John?
As Roger said, Friday Way Michigan Works. Not much else to say on that. And then Monday I had medical care facility. They've started their new payroll system. They're kind of working with Gail still to mirror it for a couple pays to make sure everything's going good. And their census is at 75 right now, I believe. So that's good.
They're holding pretty steady then.
Yeah. That's it.
Very good. Thank you, John. Appreciate everyone's committee reports. We're going to move on. I see no need for unfinished business. That's going to take us directly into new business today. And that's going to start out with FA 182-25 of approval of current claims.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the payment of current claims identified on the accounts payable report dated December 10th, 2025 for the general bank account in the amount of $82,721.83.
Support.
I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, support from Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Next up is FA 183-25, budget adoptions, amendments, appropriations, and transfers.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the following amendments and establishes the following accounts as listed.
Support. I have a motion from Finance Chairman Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 184-25, approval of additional general fund bank account checks charged in November 2025.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the payment of additional general fund bank account checks charged in November 2025 as follows. $650,287.39 in ACH payments, $227,404.27 in checks for a grand total of $877,691.66.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, supported from Commissioner Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 185-25, approval of letter of understanding for the prosecutor's office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the letter of understanding between temporary employee Paula Messing and the County of Sand Lake to fill the office manager position within the prosecutor's office not to exceed $27.50 per hour and not to exceed 999 hours for 2026, and to further authorize the board chairman sign the letter. Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion?
Are these actively posted positions?
They are.
This one or the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any further discussion related to FA 185-25? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 186-25, a second approval of letter of understanding for the prosecutor's office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves a letter of understanding between temporary employee Carolyn Stoutenberg and the County of Sand Lake to fill the assistant prosecutor position within the prosecutor's office not to exceed $40 per hour and not to exceed 1,500 hours for 2026, and to further authorize the board chairman sign the letter.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 187-25, authorization of reorganization and amended job description, 73A district.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes the restructuring of the assistant probate officer, non-attorney magistrate position, assigning the position to pay grade 7, along with the updates to the job descriptions, which include the assistant probation officer, non-attorney magistrate, attorney juvenile court, referee circuit court, research attorney, attorney magistrate, probate register district court, attorney district court, probation officer, non-attorney magistrate, with all updates effective January 1st, 2026, with funding from general fund contingency. Support.
I have a motion for Commissioner Sarcella.
That's what I was, could you read that a little best?
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Bill, you are certainly getting a workout today with this.
You know, sometimes my bride says my lips aren't attached to my brain, so I hope everything comes all right today.
We'll catch up. Next up is FA 188-25, approval of employment agreement for soil erosion and sedimentation.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the employment agreement between Sand Lake County and Joseph Allen Soil Erosion and Sedimentation Agent at an hourly rate of $30 per hour, not to exceed 14 hours per week, effective January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the necessary agreement.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 189-25, approval of memorandum of understanding for central dispatch.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves a memorandum of understanding between Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners and Sand Lake County Central Dispatch for the purpose of expediting the filling of vacancies at Central Dispatch, and further authorizes the board chairman sign the necessary document.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, support by Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 190-25, approval of memorandum of understanding for Parks and Recreation.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves a memorandum of understanding between Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners and the Sand Lake County Parks Commission for the purpose of expediting the filling of vacancies at the parks from April through October for all seasonal and full-time positions, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign a necessary document.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, support from Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 191-25, approval of memorandum of understanding for recycling center.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves a memorandum of understanding between Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners and the Sand Lake County Recycling Center for the purpose of expediting the filling of vacancies at the recycling center, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the necessary document.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 192-25, approval of memorandum of understanding for the sheriff's office.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves a memorandum of understanding between Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners and the Sand Lake County Sheriff's Office for the purpose of expediting the filling of vacancies, and further authorizes the board chairman sign the necessary document.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 193-25, authorization of reorganization and amended job descriptions for the county clerk.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the restructuring of the chief deputy county clerk position assigned to a pay grade 9 effective January 1st, 2026, and the election specialist CPL manager assigned to pay grade 6, and to further authorize the county clerk to post and fill the election specialist CPL manager position for immediate approval.
Support. Oh, go ahead.
Motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 194-25, approval of lease agreement for central dispatch.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the Central Dispatch Building lease agreement for a 5-year term commencing on January 1st, 2026, with the annual rent payment adjusted to reflect prior year rate plus CPI % increase for each year thereafter, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the agreement.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 195-25, approval of lease agreement for drug task force.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the Drug Task Force Building lease agreement for a 5-year term commencing on January 1st, 2026, with the annual rent payment adjusted to reflect the prior year rate plus CPI % increase for each year thereafter, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the agreement.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Vice Chairman Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 196-25, approval of lease agreement for medical control authority.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves Sand Lake Medical Control Building lease agreement for a 5-year term commencing on January 1st, 2026, with the annual rent payment adjusted to reflect the prior year rate plus CPI % increase for each year thereafter, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the agreement.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 197-25, approval of lease agreement for Veterans Affairs.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the Veterans Affairs Building lease agreement for a 5-year term commencing on January 1st, 2026, with the annual rent payment adjusted to reflect the prior year rate plus CPI % increase for each year thereafter, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the agreement.
Support. I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, support from Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 198-25, approval of lease agreement for the Health Department.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the Health Department lease agreement for a 5-year term commencing on January 1st, 2025, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the agreement.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarkella, support by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 199-25, approval of pension service agreement for medical care facility.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves a letter of clarification between Sand Lake County Medical Care Facility and Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners with the annual rate for pension services of $4,500, and further authorizes the board chairman to sign the necessary agreement.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Moody. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 200-25, authorization of bid for Brown City abatement and demolition project from the Land Bank Authority.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorizes payment to qualify abatement in an amount not to exceed $22,950 for their services in conducting lead and mold abatement at 4031 Main Street, Brown City, for immediate approval with funding from the State Land Bank Authority.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 201-25, acceptance of 2026 remonumentation grant.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby accepts the 2026 remonumentation grant application in the amount of $71,665 for completion of 50 corners, along with the following appointees: County Representative John Militex, $4,364.75. Grant Administrator Leslie Hilgendorf, $2,866.25. Surveyors John Militex, Ben Tank, and Charles Cobe for a total amount of $62,250. Peer group members Ben Tank, Charles Cobe, and Russ Brown for a total amount of $2,184.
Support. I have a motion by Commissioner Sarkella, supported by Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to FA 202-25, approval of 2026 agreement for the Economic Development Corporation.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby approves the Economic Development Corporation Agreement between Huron County Economic Development Corporation and the County of Sand Lake for a one-year term commencing on January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026 at a cost not to exceed $45,000 with funding from the Environmental Trust Fund, and further authorizes the board chairman sign the necessary agreement.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, support by Commissioner Ballard. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. We are done with FAs. Now we're going to move on to NFA 26-25, appointment of Information Technology Director.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby appoints Scott Falls as the Information Technology Director effective January 12th, 2026.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Ehart. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to NFA 027-25, acceptance of the landfill recycling advisory board bylaws.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby accepts the Landfill and Recycling Advisory Board bylaws as presented.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Heberlein. Is there any discussion?
Commissioner Black, if you would, we just wanted to bring these before the board. One of the struggles we've had is there hasn't been bylaws. There hasn't been much for that group to know as to what constitutes a quorum, who's voting members. So we defined some of those things, the membership, who's voting members, and wanted to get that cleaned up and have the board accept those. So there's clear direction.
Good. Yeah, that's excellent. All boards should have bylaws that outline all those types of issues. That's good. You guys got that completed. Any further discussion related to NFA 027-25?
Just want to say Nathan did a great job of bringing some samples to it, so we necessarily didn't have to reinvent the wheel.
Or you did bring you a blank Word document?
Plagiarize it.
Yeah, we just changed some names to protect each other.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. All in favor of NFA 027-25 for the bylaws for the landfill recycling board?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on to NFA 028-25, authorization to amend resolution and grant for the Board of Commissioners.
Sand Lake County Board of Commissioners hereby authorize an amendment to the resolution adopted on April 16, 2024 regarding the Village Effect Park project. The previously approved project amount was $196,956. During the course of the project, total cost increased, and the Village Effective has agreed to pay the overage of $23,240, resulting in a revised total project cost of $220,196.
Support.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sarcella, supported by Commissioner Lee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. That's going to conclude new business today. For those of you in the public who saw us not have a lot of discussion on some of those agenda items, it's important to note that every single item that we just approved here at the Board of Commissioners was vetted by this board 2 weeks ago in a finance meeting. We then moved those items here for approval by the full board. With new business completed, I'm going to call for general public comments. Are there any general public comments today? Seeing none, we are going to move on. The board is going to be going into closed session now. We all have to leave the room when we do that. You are welcome to stay and come back into the boardroom once we come out of closed session. We won't be insulted if you decide not to. But the one thing we may or may not be taking action on a particular item. When we come back after that, it would be adjournment of the meeting. So just so everybody's aware. With that said, I'm going to entertain a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of contract negotiations.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Ehart, supported by Commissioner Ballard.
Happy, or Merry Christmas. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Don't come back.
At 1:48.
Roger, what was the name of that spider place?
Diggy.
Diggies?
Diggy. Yes.
And you said Marlette, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so ahead with the roll.
Okay, so we need to do a roll call on that.
Well, I might swing by on the way home for HTC tomorrow.
Don't they teach you at
Gentlemen.
HTC?
All right, we need to stay on
Gentlemen,
business. Hang on.
Leslie talking.
So
Just call it out.
we need to close the session. So Commissioner Ehart,
Yes.
Commissioner Ballard,
Yes.
Commissioner Block,
Yes.
Commissioner Moody,
Yes.
Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
Commissioner Sarcella,
Yes.
Commissioner Eberly.
Yes.
Okay. And